I continue to clean up here as more and more bits fall off of the thing here. But as you can see, it looks to be like 4 screws are in here, 2 on either side. Although the one over here I don't think I have to worry about too much except trying to pull it out of here. Here's all that wiring, 12 volt wiring. It's going up. It's got some splice connectors going up into the ceiling, and you can see here definitely some issues with the roof vent. And if you can see carefully, I don't know if you can see in the shot, I'm going to zoom in. Okay. There's some daylight right there, right at the base of the vent. You can see that over there. I'm going to get over on this side. I have to duck down a little bit to see. There's some daylight right up there. See that? That's right at the base of this refrigerator vent. It's one of those old metal ones. So I've got at least 2 holes there. Even if the seals are not 100% perfect, but you can see the water damage. So we're basically flowing from under here, coming across, and just rotting out everything. And you can see this is the tiffin kind of construction. You've got the plywood laminated to the foam. I'm going to cut this out. It's all a ton of silicone in here. Then this is rotted. This plywood layer's rotted. And then there's another layer of, it looks like some sort of foam blanket with another layer of foam above that. And then the decking for the aluminum, the actual aluminum, which is right here. That's my aluminum roof right there. So I'm going to seal all this. I'm going to let this dry out, or try to dry it with a heat gun, and get this all cleaned up and dried out. This is gone. I mean, this is just junk. This whole half of this panel is, I mean, literally you can stick your finger in it. Right? And that's the proper use of that word, right? Literally. I'm sticking my finger right in there, and it's totally shot. This side's not so bad. Once I cleaned it up, I'm probably going to recoat it with something to make it a little bit more weatherproof. Spray it down and put some sealer on it. But I'm trying to get all the loose stuff off. Here, get a light sanding. And I'm going to take this deck out, and we're going to find out what that mystery electrical box, metal box, is underneath this. Here is the mystery box, folks, underneath my fridge. I'm going to make a wild guess. It is some sort of, I don't know. I would say it was an inverter, but I don't know why it's plugged in. If it's an inverter, you can see it has a 110 input. Or maybe it's a converter. Maybe what it's doing is it's converting 110 to 12 volt and charging the batteries, or running any of the 12 volt systems. I believe that's a diode, if my electrical minor knowledge serves me correct. In other words, it keeps the current flow going in one direction, so it doesn't backfeed. I've got leads coming in and going to there, and you know, you're trying to get a look inside the box, but all you see is this little, looks like a coil, a couple of magnets right there. Really hard to see. Get a zoom in there, kind of get an idea. And I'm wondering if this is a converter instead of an inverter. I've got an inverter. Hey, so progress report. Today it's Sunday. I've got work to do tomorrow. Got stuff to do for some folks. Get some drawings out before Monday, and so Sunday doesn't leave me a lot of time, but at least I'll start working on that. But I did want to get in here and show you there's been a lot of vacuuming. I still got to do vacuuming. There's still more junk. That's all this debris and all these screws I cleaned off. Got to get all these out of here. That's from everything that's been falling down from here. I pretty much got everything ripped out except for this part right here. As you can see, it's still rotted, so I got to take that section out, probably take this piece out, clean that up, and again rebuild all this with new lumber, and put a plywood panel over the whole thing. I've got all the plywood I just don't have it in here. So yeah, so I've been cleaning it out. I am going to replace that converter. I've been told by at least 2-3 people. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Phil, from good old RVs. It's 30 some odd years old. Probably does not work the way it's supposed to. It's also told these were notorious for either overcharging or undercharging the batteries. So there's no change in the wiring. I just need to actually pull the unit out. I'll probably build a new base for it and then remount on the new converter. And at least I got the plug installed back in, which is cool. Got most of the wiring. I gotta reroute it through that little notch there. Probably gotta make the notch bigger. Some of this stuff I'm going to just leave alone. I'm just going to try to seal it up a little better and call it a day, or at least for now. And you know, it was good for 30 some odd years. It'll be good for another 30 some odd years, and I won't have to worry about it. But yeah, so you can see the amount of damage a little bit of water does over time, and it, you know, leaks out to places that you don't want it to. So at least I've got a solid panel base for this now. That's not going anywhere. I got to do that up here because that's still floppy. You can see I need to put a cross piece over there. Probably want a pie inside the wall and reinforce that, and then I can close it up with a panel and paint it and get it all cleaned up and sealed up and caulked, and hopefully keep the water out a little bit better than what it was. Alright folks, so that's it for Sunday. Fortunately, I wish I had been making some more progress. I will be doing a little cleanup on the RV fridge. You can see it just barely fits in here in the hallway, but it fits in the hallway. And yeah, so been doing quite a bit here, trying to dry things out with a heat gun a little bit. And I'm going to clean up my gaskets. I see my gaskets don't look so great either. Looks like this one split a little bit. I'm going to have to get some new gaskets, shop for some new gaskets there. Look at that. That's pretty much crudded out. So while I got the doors off, I might as well put new gaskets on, if I can order them and get them. And there's just a little cleanup and housekeeping. And we'll keep working on it as long as my better half doesn't get mad at me for not working on the house. But in either case, this is kind of rough framed in here. I'm going to continue to do that up the wall, get it done, and get this thing cleaned up and ready to slide the fridge back in. But I probably will have a slight delay because I don't think I want to slide the fridge in until I get back a new converter ordered and on its way. Hopefully with all the shipping delays that won't be a huge deal. Alright folks, thanks for watching. I do appreciate everybody that has subscribed and who watches on a regular basis. I try to accomplish things. Sometimes I don't always get it done within a one-part video, so a lot of times I stretch out 2 or 3 or more. But at least you can see some of the progress that's going on. Take care, everyone. Happy and safe RVing.